Hey guys, it's Jessica here. I'm starting this vlog in my kitchen because I am going to, as all of you guys expected, cook. I'm going to be making the classic Filipino breakfast, Tapsilog. The tap stands for tapa, which is a marinated beef dish, and the sil stands for silangag, which is garlic rice, my favorite. And lastly, log stands for itlog, which is egg. I know there are a couple of other options that fall under the silog category, such as long silog, which is longaniza as a main dish, tosilog, which is tocino as a main dish, and bang silog, which is bangus or fish as a main dish. But my favorite silog combination is tapsilog because the rest of the dishes are a little too sweet for me, so I feel like it's too heavy to have it in the morning. And I tell you guys, as a Korean, it goes great with kimchi as well. I think the special thing about this video is that I am going to be making tapsilog using ingredients bought in Korea. So I'm going to be using different Korean seasonings like Korean soy sauce. That's why I'm already expecting the dish to taste quite or a little bit different than the ones I tasted in the Philippines. However, I thought that it would still be cool if I tried it. The ingredients needed for making beef tapa is sirloin beef, soy sauce, minced garlic, sugar, black pepper, and the juice of fresh calamansi or lemon. I have all the ingredients in my house except the beef, so we are going to go ahead and buy the beef together. So let's go ahead to a typical Korean supermarket. So I'm back and I bought the galbisal, which is not exactly beef sirloin. And I asked the guy, can I have like a thinly sliced beef sirloin? And then he was like, what are you gonna make? Because I don't think there's any dish in Korea that requires that kind of cutting of beef sirloin. So he suggested me to get this one. And this is originally for roasting. We're not really gonna roast the beef because it's tapa, you have to marinate it, right? But oh well, this is what I got, so let's just work with what I have. By the way, as for the rice, I only got the typical sticky Korean rice. You know, it's hard to get like a Filipino rice here in Korea, I think. So I'm just going to spread it widely on this bowl and refrigerate it and hope that the moist will go away so it's less sticky. As for the beef tapa, I'm going to make the sauce first. Some minced garlic, I feel like it would have been better if I had calamansi juice, and mix well. It's pretty easy. And I'll put the beef slice. It certainly does not look like the right beef, so I'm going to marinate this for at least 1 hour. By the way, I also know that I'm supposed to marinate it, you know, as long as I can, like the maximum of 24 hours, but since I do not have that much time, I'm just going to stick with 1 hour. Meanwhile, let's just make our garlic rice. I'll be using this avocado oil. I feel like that's too much. But you know what? That's what I noticed with garlic rice. It's pretty oily. I'm adding a spoon of minced garlic. I also noticed how the process of making tapa is similar to the process of making bulgogi, which is a Korean dish. The rice is less sticky, but it's still quite sticky. Rice. Not too much. But it's actually really like garlic rice. Alright, done with garlic rice. What do you think? That's kind of too little, but it's okay. Quality over quantity.
1 hour later.
Alright guys, so it's been about an hour and a half and I'm just going to drain the sauce and cook the beef on a frying pan. The recipe said that the point is not to overcook the beef, so I'm going to be really quick. I'm using this Korean barbecue cooking stick. Yeah. smells like tapa, guys. I swear it smells like tapa. So excited. I was a little nervous because like the oil were popping everywhere at first. Cooking the fried egg. Lastly, the egg. Come on, egg. And we're done with our Tapsilog. Alright, so we have our tapa here. And I wanted to use spoon and fork, you know, the classic way, but the only fork I was able to find in my house is this. And that would be a pretty weird combination if I use this spoon with this fork. So I'm just going to use my chopsticks. So as for the garlic rice, you could like totally tell that this is made with a Korean rice. So you can feel the chewiness. Not really the chewiness, but the stickiness. But the first bite is pretty similar with silangag. Silangag. Although I only marinated it for an hour and a half, it's pretty salty still. It's like, I could also tell that this is a tapa made in Korea with Korean ingredients. It does taste like tapa. I think it has to do with the texture of the beef. It's not as tough. It tastes like tapa, but like a korean-ized tapa. It's so good, guys. Like, am I tearing? Egg is just an egg. Since I did not use any kind of artificial seasoning, it tastes pretty healthy. And also the combination of the sauce, different sauce used in making the tapa sauce, what makes that unique is the lemon juice. I think it would taste much more different if I used calamansi juice. A lot of Filipino food are sour. That's why when I've tried sinigang, although sinigang is not sour because of vinegar, I did not like it. And after around like 4 years, I tried sinigang again in a good Filipino restaurant. And that's the time when I started to realize the real taste of sinigang. Just the egg and garlic rice alone is good. Oh yeah, there's also one Filipino dish. I think that's like the only Filipino dish that I cannot eat. And it's pinakbet. I do not like eggplant. And okra tastes very exotic for me. I cannot get used to it. And lastly, bitter melon. I don't know, like it's too bitter. Pinakbet's got everything in it. What do you think? Do you guys like pinakbet? I mean, it's probably really healthy though, because it's a lot of different veggies all in one pot. It's not even fried. So it's probably one of the healthiest Filipino dishes out there. When I was in the Philippines, what I noticed in terms of the diet of majority of Filipino friends I had, it was pretty meat-centered diet. So there were very little to no veggies. And although I'm not a vegetarian or vegan or anything like that, I still try to have a plant-based diet. And being a Korean or growing up in a Korean household, I think I was naturally able to adapt that kind of diet because a lot of Korean traditional food are plant-based. Anyways, that's also some wish I have, that the Filipino diet gets more healthy with some more veggies on the side, because you know, I guess more and more people are trying to shift to a plant-based diet or lessen their consumption of meat for environmental reasons. I also actually am trying. Oh yeah, one episode I want to share as well is in the Philippines, I thought many people wouldn't like kimchi because it's just so exotic. I mean, kimchi is just a bunch of different pastes and other vegetable seasonings that are pretty unusual to Filipinos. But most or even all of the people around me liked kimchi. And also many of you tell me that you guys love kimchi. Some of you even asked me where you can get like the best kimchi in the Philippines. So I was pretty surprised by that. Alright guys, so I am done with my meal. I had so much fun chit-chatting with you guys while eating and cooking. I hope you did as well. Let me know in the comments down below what kind of video you want to watch in the future on my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.